He typed the wrong name, and the whole town believed the line in print. Now an innocent man was ruined, while the real criminal strolled free. The wrong name. The newsroom was its usual chaos: burned-out bulbs, dusty water coolers, and a half-dead fish named Fact Check in a tank. Someone had tied a rubber tag to it 2 years back, and it still drifted around like a mascot nobody wanted. On the wall, a red countdown timer blinked like a bomb. Emma sat at her desk, fingers hammering keys. 2 thoughts ran in circles. If I miss deadline, I'm fired. And when do I get a bonus like that witch across the aisle? That colleague had just flashed an envelope stamped "For service to journalism." Emma felt the sting of envy. Her own service looked more like late fees and reprimands. The editor popped his head in. Hit deadline, you're fine. Miss it, clean your desk. He said it like he was talking about a toner cartridge. On Emma's screen, 2 names, almost identical. Witness, suspect. Autocorrect blinked, swapped one for the other. The system flagged it red. Emma smirked. Let it ride. Louder that way. The choice wasn't random. It was convenient. A box of donuts got cracked open. One strawberry glazed slipped, splattered across the fresh page proof. Red syrup smeared over the witness's face. Everyone laughed. Looks like blood now. Emma forced a smile, though her gut turned cold. In the tank, Fact Check gave one last twitch and sank. The water clouded. No one noticed. Emma hit send. 1 second. The story was locked for print. The cursor blinked at her, daring her to email the editor and correct the name. Her fingers stayed frozen. She shut the laptop, pretended everything was fine. The truck to the printing press was already rolling. The mistake was no longer a mistake. It was a ticket. Maybe to a promotion. Maybe to something irreversible. The town forum lit up before sunrise. The moderator, shirtless guy tinkering with a lawnmower in his garage, banned users in rhythm with the engine. If the mower coughed, the post was suspicious. Ban. That was objectivity here. Someone posted a photo of the paper. Headline, "Witness tied to crime." Below it, "Saw him by the bank, looked jumpy." An hour later, another group reposted. "Friend says he was at the scene." By noon, TikTok had a meme with accordion music. Guilty? You bet. The typo had become fact. The witness had lived quietly. Church choir, stamp collection from his late father. Now those were suspicious. Comments rolled in. Stamp collector? Classic money laundering front. Choir boy. That's a mafia cover. At the grocery store, a sign read, "No to fake discounts." When he swiped his loyalty card, the cashier pushed it back. "We only honor honest discounts." The line snickered. Emma watched the storm. In the newsroom, the editor clapped her on the back. Our story, gasoline on a bonfire. At break, the local cop asked her for an autograph. For the wife, said she admired Emma. That worship and the mob lived on the same page. Teens snapped photos of the paper, laughed. One lingered. An intern from a law office, hoodie, keychain shaped like a miniature typewriter. He checked his shots with care. Emma noticed but brushed it off. Online, the spiral grew. One comment birthed 10 more. By evening, consensus was sealed. If it's in print, it's true. Morning brought HR. The witness sat across from a woman with a grin stretched too wide. On her desk, a mug reading "For Values" and a severance envelope. Due to reputational harm, we must terminate your contract, she recited. But we believe in honesty, so take this gift. He walked out holding the mug. On the bottom, a crooked sticker, "Made in China." At home, his wife tried. Soup, soft words, "We'll manage." By week 2, she pushed him toward choir practice. "They need you." Days later, she threw the paper on the table. "They're mocking us. Kids are crying." Her voice cracked. The suitcase by the door was already packed. Choir director pulled him aside. "Take a break. For optics. People talk." Without his bass, the choir sagged, off-key like a smoker's cough. A neighbor, cable repairman, clipped his internet line. "Why?" the witness asked. "Net's toxic. Protecting the house." Then left. On the table lay the newspaper with the strawberry stain. He stroked it like a verdict. His bank statement showed a transfer, Lexo Legal Consulting. Same date as publication. Triple his salary. He didn't understand. But the audience could see. A thread had begun. That night was silent. Just the mug on the table, a cruel souvenir. Outside, the choir sang without him, loud, off-key. The world had decided to sing without him, even if the song collapsed. The courtroom buzzed. Cameras clicked, reporters whispered. The defense attorney fanned out newspapers like a magician's deck. Headlines shouted, "Witness tied to crime?" "Your Honor," he said, "even the press points elsewhere. Can the prosecution be trusted when the media paints a different picture?" The judge squinted at a page. "Is this from, Tick-Tick?" The crowd laughed. Someone corrected TikTok. The judge scowled, pretended that's what he meant. Jurists nodded. One whispered, "If it's printed, must be real." The authority of paper beat any prosecutor's brief. Emma sat among reporters, froze when she saw the strawberry blotch. Her paper, their donuts, now a weapon of defense. The attorney lifted a tablet. "See, the online version was corrected, but screenshots from print day say otherwise." He waved time-stamped copies, deadly persuasive. Emma's skin crawled. Online, her error had vanished. On paper, it was eternal. At the back sat the hoodie kid with the typewriter keychain. Now, next to defense counsel, he met Emma's eyes, smiled. It was no accident. The typo had been turned into a plan. TV lights blazed. A local talk show invited the witness for a fair chat. They sat him beside a giant owl mascot called Truthy. Every time he spoke, the owl flapped wings, made faces. The crowd laughed, jeered. On screen, truth or myth. For viewers, comedy. For him, torture. Online, a fundraiser launched. "Buy a polygraph for our guy." Donations poured in. Raffle prize, a meat grinder. Comments chimed, "Skip the test, straight to meat. Grinder's fairer than the court." At school, an anti-bullying rally showed his photo. The speaker said, "This is where lies lead." His kids stared at their father's face on the projector. Teachers smiled thinly. That night, the editor called the witness. Let the phone ring, then muttered, "Maybe enough's enough." But on his screen, record clicks, subscribers spiking. He hung up. "Back to work," he said to no one. Emma drafted a confession. "It was my mistake. I must correct it." The sentences blinked like SOS. She hovered over send. Then came a staff-wide legal memo. "Hold all publications. No unsanctioned releases." Her screen hummed with emptiness. The confession stayed in drafts. Not article, not redemption, just digital litter. Meanwhile, street vendors sold trinkets, keychains with his face stamped "guilty by default." People laughed, bought extras, one to keep, one as gift. The mob didn't need the paper anymore. It had gone viral. Emma was just patient zero. The newsroom threw a party for record clicks. On the table, a cake shaped like the front page, headline in frosting, ketchup drizzled for drama. Laughter looks real enough. Emma saw only the stain on the witness's face. Late night, she checked system logs. Someone had logged in at 2 a.m. from a defense law firm's IP. Her error wasn't hers alone now. It was stage prop. Morning, she confronted the editor. He shrugged. "I screwed up once too. Lost a story, lost my name, but I stayed because I shut up." He said it like a recipe. Emma typed a hidden obit, the name that never died. Short, anonymous, buried in classifieds between used piano for sale and plumber available. Was it courage or farce? She couldn't tell. The cost was clear. Publish, lose her career. Stay silent, lose herself. The cursor blinked like mockery. Outside, the distributor's truck dragged fresh stacks of newsprint. Paper rustled in the wind, as if the old headlines were ready to scatter again. Emma stared at the blank window, blinking cursor. Confession or silence, it looked the same. In the end, her choice stayed off screen. The story left only a comma. Rain poured. A truck of corrected editions tore its tarp, the paper soaked, pulped to gray mush. Vendors had to sell the old runs, the Typo ones. People grabbed them gladly. Originals beat corrections. Online, the algorithm crowned the first draft. More clicks, more shares, more likes. The fix trailed below, next to ads for garden seeds. Error was profitable. Correction wasn't. At a bar near the courthouse, the acquitted man bit into a witness burger. Red sauce dripped down his chin. He laughed so hard the bartender posted it. At the next table, the hoodie intern. On his phone, a chat with Lexo. Sums, emojis, scans. Cheap farce. Perfect execution. Emma slipped a dry line into classifieds. The name that never died. No byline, no context, just another line between used piano ads and shawarma delivery. Maybe confession, maybe more noise. The diner's sign read Witness Burger, 2 for 1. People posed, chewed, posted. Harassment had become marketing. Back at the newsroom, the fish tank got cleaned. Fact check floated again. The bulb flickered. In the cloudy water, it looked like nothing more than a reflection. The story ended without a verdict. It dissolved in the static. Was it tragedy Or just another provincial joke where blood so easily becomes ketchup?